Welcome, everyone, to the Garage After Dark. It's been a hot minute. I won't bore you with the details. Let's rock and roll.
Well, good evening, effing wrestling family, or good morning, or whatever time it is on this wonderful place we call Earth, where you live. Yes.
You know who you reminded me of there when you said
Who's that?
Bree.
Bree?
Yes. Good evening, AFW family.
Good evening, AFW. All effing wrestling fans on YouTube.com this evening. Hello, welcome to your June 1st, 2024 edition of The Garage After Dark. And as Canada Dry said so eloquently a few moments ago, this has been a hot minute since we have done After Dark. So I'm excited to touch base with the boys here and talk about some pro wrestling. And
the last time I was on this show, I was a call-in guest.
Yes.
From
Canada Dry.
From Collision.
Actually at AEW Collision, the last time that we did this particular program. And Joe and I did it as a duo. But I'm the host of the evening. I am the master of ceremonies. I am Mr. Saturday Night, the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs.
And I'm, of course, the patron saint of all of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly cracker son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, damn it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely are a cracker. That's for sure.
I am cracker lacking. I'm cracker lacking.
We are cracker lacking up in this piece.
Now, let me just say this before Joe introduces himself. No one has ever called in right after they gone to an AEW event. And I have to say, you are going to have a hard time beating that call-in.
It was
probably the best call-in of all time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we had two effing wrestling members together in person calling from outside the arena. Y'all are on the West Coast. It was still bright outside, which blew my mind. And it was just great. Like, and you interviewed a random dude walking past you. I mean,
we recruited people to the channel.
Did we not have anyone call in from All In?
No, we've never. Someone tried, but it was like at a different time. I think someone called in, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think so. But we have a third member. We are a triad, if you will.
I haven't thrown this sign up in like a month.
It has been a while, my friend. It is the American hero. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
It's me. It's the EVP. And you know what, though? I just realized, how long have I been calling myself the EVP? I never told anybody here what I'm the EVP of.
Maybe you should elaborate on that and kind of educate the audience a little bit.
I am the EVP of AFW. It is our sister prediction league that is
AFW league, just to clarify, because AFW is everything.
Right. The AFW Prediction League, which was a spin-off of this endeavor of All Effing Wrestling.
So for anybody out there that doesn't know what this is, AFW is a prediction league about AEW. I mean,
Mainly AEW.
Yeah, mainly AEW. I mean, we occasionally dabble in other things, but mostly it's built around AEW Dynamite and the AEW pay-per-views, where we get pitted against each other, and whoever's the best predictor and gets the most points wins, and we have championship titles and all that kind of stuff.
It's
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So if anybody out there's listening, doesn't know what this is, never heard of it, never done anything like this, if it's something that intrigues you, hit one of us up. We'll be happy to point you in the right direction.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't do this.
Remissed. All right.
A shout out to my good friend, Bad Take Cade.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you've seen it before, but he has his own shirt.
Yes.
In the Pro Wrestling Tees store.
That is fantastic.
Now, I don't believe the afro comes with it.
Oh, man.
But if you wanted to get your own little afro, put it on after, like you could cosplay as Bad Take Cade.
Cultural appropriation at its finest.
Oh, I wasn't.
That or it's just a great Halloween costume. Either or.
Absolutely.
As long as you're not painting your face.
Maybe you want to go as Prince on Halloween from when he had the afro. And be perfect.
Now, speaking of shirts, I just thought of the best AFW shirt, like for a future shirt.
What was that?
AFW saved pro wrestling.
Ooh.
Is that not a cool idea for a shirt?
Absolutely. We are here to
save. We save pro wrestling.
Yeah. What we balance out.
What we should do is you should have that in big bold letters, AFW Save Pro Wrestling, and then in the tiny spot underneath, just say predictions.
No, I like the bodacious claim that we saved pro wrestling. No one does that.
Shane's in the house. If you want to display his comments here.
What's up, Shane?
Shane says that he went as Dave Chappelle version of Prince for Halloween one year. That does not surprise me, Shane. Do you have any photographs of that? Because I'd like to see it.
I would like to see this half Japanese guy.
Half Japanese, half Canadian cosplaying as a black man, cosplaying as a black man.
Yeah.
So Shane is half cracker.
We are already getting fairly controversial 8 minutes into the garage.
I mean, this is kind of
now we would, if we wanted to do an after dark shirt, we could have it restricted, right? The restricted Panther they use rated R.
I think the garage after dark logo, I think that'd make a damn nice t-shirt.
I think so too.
You ought to consider that. Shane says he wishes he did. It was like 18 years ago. Well, we all know flash photography didn't exist.
And 18 years ago was a different time. You could get away with stuff like that.
I was like, sounds like he needs to recreate it.
Yeah. No, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm saying do it in the security of the four walls of your house.
And then put it live onto YouTube onto our podcast.
Absolutely.
I do think that in 2024, dressing up as a minority, even at Halloween, would be a very risky endeavor.
But he's another minority, so
he is. So I mean, I don't know.
A loophole.
Like if us pale faces did it, like it would be a controversy. But he's Japanese.
And I'd have a message for them, but I probably shouldn't say it on YouTube.
So is that a loophole? Like if you're another minority?
I think that it is.
You have to be you can't be as marginalized as that minority.
Right.
I think that's how the rule goes.
Yeah.
And like both Cade and Shane are both half white.
Yeah. Oh, they're screwed. Not good enough.
So that puts something in there, right?
They didn't pass the purity test here of immunity.
I think we really need to not say white, just say he's half cracker. We're not addressing white people anymore. We're addressing crackers.
Uh, oh, geez. All right. I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name, but Dos Santos.
That's quite the name.
It's coming out to Final Countdown right now. I'm wondering if UFC is paying $200,000 for use of it. Probably. Yeah.
I would imagine so.
That's such
If
a
not, they're
badass
going to
song.
be.
I mean, maybe, unless it might not be as much because of the fact that
This is funny. Me and Katie will one white.
you know what? It may not be as much just because maybe it's not. Well, no, it's UFC. It's probably viewed more than need. I don't know.
I would say it's definitely viewed more than AEW. I don't know if maybe like, UFC has been around and done this for so long. They probably have special sweetheart deals with the record companies. I would assume because everybody uses real music in UFC.
My question is this Elijah Zaleski is he related to Junior Dos Santos?
There's a lot of Dos Santoses in MMA.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of them.
It's like Dos Santos family is huge.
It's like Smith for white people, like or Davis
or Jones.
Jones. There's a lot of us around. There's a lot of honkies running around named Smith. So.
You're pulling the honkies.
See, I'm white. I can say that.
That's a special breed of white in the South.
Now, I was talking to Kush about in order to make honky a powerful like hit, you need to add. We're 11 minutes, so I can say this. You need to ask. You need to go honky ass bitch.
I thought you were going to say do a honky punch.
No, like to hit them hard. You verbal attack. Honky ass bitch. Because if you just call someone like if I was called a honky, I just laugh.
Right.
But if you're calling me a honky ass bitch, I'm like, whoa.
Honestly, if somebody called me a honky ass bitch, I think I would laugh too.
It depends on the situation. Like, if it's in traffic and it's like road rage.
I don't take anybody in traffic seriously because I'll never see them dumb fucks again. So,
Joe's like, bitch, I've been to Iraq. I don't care about your honky ass. You don't scare me. New shirt, AFW logo. Oh, jeez. We are in all kinds of craziness this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But I suppose we should probably get into the matter at hand.
I guess that's part, but the conversation is part of the fun.
Hey, if we pull away from Collision, I'm totally fine with that. You just chime in with whatever you want. We'll go that direction. But let's go ahead and start talking about Collision here. And I've got I switched it up a little bit. I was doing Bleacher Report, their results, but they're not very detailed. They kind of suck. So now I'm trying Wrestling Observer. So
come on, Dave Meltzer, step the fuck up.
Just don't read Dave Meltzer's. I think this match is blah blah.
Well, I mean, Meltzer's probably asleep. He's like 80 years old.
Yeah, I don't think he's the one typing this up.
No, this is some intern they have on Saturday nights, like typing this shit out. So I think it should be all right, but we'll see. The show starts with FTR in the ring, and I'm trying to find my spot here, but yeah, FTR came out to the ring. Schiavone was in the ring with them. They basically cut a promo saying, it sucks we lost to the Elite. We're all hurt. Danielson's hurt. Darby's hurt. We're hurt. We're all going to disappear for a while. And when we come back, we're going to kick everybody's asses. And that was basically the extent of it.
It was basically see ya blood and guts is what it is.
Yeah. So it was nice to see FTR, but I hope FTR Danielson are not gone for too long because they are like bedrocks of Collision. And this show's really going to hurt without them.
We only have like 5 months of Danielson wrestling left.
Yeah.
I don't want him gone for 2 months.
Did he break his arm?
I don't remember what the injury is.
EVP,
know. Do you remember what the injury is?
I know he said for a while he's needed surgery.
Oh, right. That's what it is.
He needs that, what is it, Tommy John surgery or whatever. Isn't that what he needs?
I'm not sure.
He needs something like that. But yeah, like apparently his arm is very badly damaged even before going into this match. So I imagine he's probably going to get it repaired. So he may not even wrestle again.
Now, was he
I don't
talking to
know.
his daughter and his wife and saying, "Listen, this surgery extends my wrestling career because..."
Probably. He's probably like, I haven't killed myself in the ring yet, damn it. I'm not done. But EVP Joe, what did you think of the opening here with FTR?
I mean, it was a fine match. And I'll say I like Dax's shirt. It's just FTR doing the Shatter Machine. I think that's
I thought that was kind of cool too. Is that new? That's the first time I remember seeing.
It's a new
that.
shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your standard rah rah, get the crowd going. It's like Dax. It's like these internet trolls and everyone who's talking bad on AEW has lit a fire under Dax. Because every time they're talking about how they're just here to fight for AEW to make it succeed, clearly some people have angered Dax and Cash.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there was a comment on there was a post on Wrestle Talk on Facebook, and Kazarian was talking some shit about AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had responded. I was like, well, listen, this guy is bitter because he thought he was more important than he actually was and didn't get the push that he felt he deserved and walked out the door. I want to respond to one of the comments that was said to me. I got a lot of heat for this.
I'm sure you did.
One of the comments was, I guess they look at my profile picture. Like,
oh, geez.
They're like, I think I'll trust the wrestler over the guy who probably brings championships to shows. And I was like, listen, I don't bring championships to shows, but I don't think it's cool to make fun of people who do.
Right.
Like, if you want to bring championships to show, go right ahead.
Sure, yeah.
Like, you're paying good money for those. You might as well bring them.
I mean, it's just part of the fun, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like if you go to a concert and you're dressed up like a rock star, you're just getting into it, getting into the vibe, you know?
Yeah, I'm guessing you took one look and saw the championship behind me and didn't realize it's a podcast prop, Bozo the Clown.
Now, what if he saw the goalie mask and said, I'm not taking any shit from some guy who's just a damn hockey player?
He brings a hockey mask to watch hockey games.
That's like saying, I'm not going to talk to someone who brings a glove to a baseball game.
It's ridiculous. It's silly.
Yeah.
I will say, like, on YouTube, I love Wrestle Talk, but I'm at the point I can't stand their Facebook page. Like, it is nothing but toxic, ridiculous. Like, I can't stand it.
I don't know that I even follow them on Facebook. I don't think I do.
I like. I used to watch a lot. I haven't seen it in a while, but I liked What Culture with Miller.
Yeah.
Yep, Simon Miller.
Yes, Simon. I love his ups and downs. Like I used to watch that religiously.
Yeah.
Because he's just so positive.
Yeah, Simon Miller's a good guy.
There's like 1 million YouTube channels about wrestling, and I swear like 80% of them are Brits. Have you ever noticed this?
Yeah,
Yes,
there's YouTube, there's What Culture, there's Wrestle Talk, there's Cultaholic.
Yeah.
And there's us because we got Liam.
Yeah.
It's like they're all Brits. I'm like, wow, man, that small island over there is like really carrying the pail for YouTube, like wrestling short videos. It's
Hey, it's Matt. How's it going, Matt B?
What's going on, Matt?
Matt Bessinger. Are you any relation to Kim Basinger?
What it is, like, that's my mom.
That's my aunt on the dad's side. No.
Kim Basinger was one of the hottest women in Hollywood at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I was like a little boy, I mean, she was like the woman, you know, like everybody loved her, thought she was gorgeous. I'm sure she still is. I don't know.
Well,
I haven't seen her in years.
8 Mile, she as the trashy mom.
She was Eminem's mom in 8 Mile. Yeah, she looked good in that. Of course, that was 21 years ago, but yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, 8 Mile, I think, came out in 03, if I'm not mistaken. It came out quite a while ago. But yeah, she did look good in that. After the FTR promo, we got footage of Jack Perry. He's in the shower, and it always kind of grosses me out when like people like sit down on the floor of a bathroom. I'm like, ooh.
Especially a public shower.
Yeah, he's like in this bathroom, like throwing a fit, and like he's not even wearing a shirt. And he just like sits down on the floor and starts whining and pissing and moaning. And
Dude,
he cuts kind of an angry promo here about how
I like delusional Jack Perry. I think it's interesting.
About how he's always been like the guy that believed in AEW and the spirit of AEW. It was kind of almost like a babyface promo, but he's a heel. So that was interesting. Joe, what'd you think of it?
I liked it. Like I'm really enjoying this character work of Jack Perry. Like it's so different from even before, like his heel turn initially was but since he got suspended and then went to New Japan for a bit and came back, like he is really upped his work. I'm really enjoying it.
Can't F and draw.
I was still sleeping at this point. I turned it on in the next match.
Yeah, Canada Dry, he tuned in a little bit late, so we got to excuse him for these first couple of
segments.
segments.
I was watching a show, some sort of, like, I think it was on the Smithsonian channel, and I was just kind of vibing to the show. I was like, yeah, this is interesting. And I just fell asleep, and then I was like, I kept on looking at my clock. Oh, okay, I still got a half an hour. Then I wake up, I'm like, holy shit.
The Smithsonian
you didn't
channel.
miss much in the first few minutes of the show anyway. So,
did I ever tell you about visiting the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C.? I think I told that story on here, right?
Is this where you sat in Archie Bunker's chair and put your feet up?
No.
You didn't do that?
This is where, see, I was a poli-sci kid in college, right? So we went to Washington, D.C. We went to see the Supreme Court, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. But we went to the Smithsonian Institute, and we went to the pop culture wing of the Smithsonian Institute, and they had the Seinfeld puffy shirt. You know the puffy shirt episode of Seinfeld? I love the
puffy shirt.
I don't want to be a pirate. You remember that?
I don't want to be a pirate. That was a good Jerry. That was impressive.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a pirate. But anyways, I saw the shirt, and I got so excited. I was like, dude, it's the Seinfeld puffy shirt. Look. Nobody else in my class knew what it was, and all looked at me like I was an idiot.
Like you had three heads?
I had never been so disappointed in my classmates. I was like, how do you all not know this? Like, I was like marking out big time.
That's iconic.
Puffy shirt. Yes. The puffy shirt was there.
Now are you both Seinfeld fans?
Yes, I am.
No. But I'm not ignorant to the impact it has on pop culture.
Yeah. Okay, so my question next is this. Have you seen the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
I never got into that show.
I've not watched Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay, so you haven't watched it at all?
I haven't. No.
It is such a great show. I go back to the very beginning of Curb Your Enthusiasm. The ending of Curb Your Enthusiasm ties into Seinfeld.
Okay.
Okay.
I might have to check that out now because I'm a huge Seinfeld guy, but I never did get into Curb.
There's even a Seinfeld show that they're redoing a special.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very. They even have a lot of them on the show. So it's really good show. Curb Your Enthusiasm is so good.
That's what I hear. I have a friend that's been telling me for years. He's like, dude, if you like Seinfeld, you're gonna love Curb because it's like a hard R-rated version of Seinfeld. So I need to check it out. I do. You kind of figure out.
I'm sorry.
Something or other. you kind of figure out. Canada Dry cuts me off when I'm reading. You kind of figure out at the end of Seinfeld that really the crew are all jerks.
I mean, it's Hollywood. What do you expect?
Yeah. Did either of you? I guess this is more of a question for Canada Dry. I don't know if EVP Joe would have seen this. Did you see Jerry Seinfeld's new Netflix movie, Frosted?
I was upset at it at first, but then I kind of got into it at its ridiculousness.
It's really it's offbeat. I'll say that.
I think you have to watch it with the idea of making fun of it.
Yeah, it's really stupid, but it's like it's like so stupid and so just left field that it does make you chuckle some. Yeah, it does.
And I believe it's him telling a story to the little boy of how it came. So it's just so ridiculous that
it is. Yeah, he's talking to the little Asian boy. It's probably Shane as a kid.
Yeah.
He's talking to a little Asian boy, and he's telling him the story of the creation of Pop-Tarts. This very over-the-top fictionalized account of Pop-Tarts where there's a war brewing between Post and Kellogg's. It's just totally ridiculous.
Now let me say that the other team, they actually called it that. What do they call squares?
Oh Jesus.
Something squares.
Yeah. I don't remember what they called it now, but yeah.
But it was just so ridiculous that name killed them.
Yeah, it was absolutely stupid, but it was all right. It was okay. I mean, I don't know that I'd sit and watch it all the way through again. Maybe. I don't know.
Definitely not. Definitely.
It really was not that great. I can't recommend like putting aside a significant amount of time to sit down and
apparently
watch
this J-Lo movie on Netflix is one of those laughable movies too.
Really?
The Atlas, I think it's called.
The J-Lo movie?
Yeah, it's a science fiction movie. She plays some sort of like captain or something.
It's not called Taco Kisses, is it?
But what was this taco kiss you're talking about?
The South Park episode. I don't know if you remember, like me, you, and Shane in one of the chats was, talking about something, and like I made a joke about like, Shane, like, I don't know, like if he had a girlfriend or something, and like he posted a picture of Cartman with the little hand puppet signifying that was his girlfriend, But that episode of South Park was Cartman having the little hand doll, and he said it was Jennifer Lopez. And like he recorded a song with the hand puppet as Jennifer Lopez called Taco Kisses.
Oh my goodness. That does not sound very good. Now, I don't know if he's going to call in today, Shane. We've had Caleb call in, talk about his time, first day of training to be a pro wrestler.
I haven't talked to Caleb in a while. Caleb, if you're out there, call in. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Shane wants. I want to get an update from Shane because he's also training to be a pro wrestler with Caleb.
Yes, I'd be very curious to know.
I'm curious to see how this is going. How he took the bumps, the ring runs, or whatever they're called.
Yes, yeah. We need an update on this. So if one of you want to call in and talk about it, we can do that. We can skewer that direction for a bit. Because honestly, it's going to be more interesting than talking about.
We didn't miss Caleb calling in. That was another day. Caleb's not calling in today. He denied me. He said he's not up to it, and he said
he also didn't watch the show, so there's no reason for him to call in.
But he also said, "I'm really sorry I hurt your feelings." I'm like, no, it's okay. You don't have to be on the show if you don't want to.
All right, let's pick up where we left off here. So yeah, Jack Perry cut a little promo, yada yada yada, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm AEW. I'm sitting on the bathroom floor. Hopefully, I'm not going to get scabies. So now we got a little recap of the TNT title situation about Adam Copeland having to vacate. Yada yada yada. I don't think there's really anything much we could talk about there. We're going to the first match of the evening. Roderick Strong defeating Lio Rush. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Lio Rush because of his antics in the past. I get it. My God, that guy's fluid in the ring. Like, he can hit spots so well, and his timing is impeccable. Like, he can work that style as well as anybody on the planet right now. I thought this was an amazing match. The crowd was hyped for it. They were really into it. Of course, Roderick Strong ends up going over, but I thought this was a very good showing from Leo Rush and a very good back and forth match. Canada Dry, I'll start with you. What'd you think?
Okay, so you can say what you want about Leo Rush. His back. He had some problems in WWE in the back. He had some problems in AEW in the back. But this guy, I think he's a great wrestler.
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
I love his selling.
Mm-hmm.
He sells like a mother trucker.
Yeah.
I was impressed with his sell job. And I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, absolutely agree. EVP, what say you, pal?
Yeah, so Leo Rush is the classic case of you have to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Basically. But I love as a wrestler, I love Leo Rush. I always thought he was just so fantastic, except when he's not selling a power bomb through a table or a ladder, but that's another discussion for another day.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like he's fun to watch. He's one of those guys that we've seen him go with small guys, we've seen him go with big guys in WWE. Like he can adapt to anyone's style, which is always a positive. So yeah, and I mean clearly it's an AEW show, so we all knew Roddy was going over. But obviously, what happens next? There's a reason that Roddy wins. So
I think Leo Rush will probably be at Forbidden Door then.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I mean he's a New Japan guy. I'm sure he'll be there. Yeah.
I got someone backstage.
Ooh.
I don't have anything in my ear, but I go like this.
It's El Showtime-o.
Hey, senors, how's it going?
Senors.
We had our cultural appropriation segment earlier, pal. All right.
I heard you guys wanted an update on Shayna Y's wrestling training. I'm actually his personal trainer.
Oh, really?
My God, can I tell you, he is a sloppy individual right now. He is definitely not in any ring shape whatsoever.
Well, look, Mr. O, I want to call you if that's okay.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
I need a personal assurance that you are going to whip Shane into shape. We can't have Caleb outshining him. We need both these guys at the top of their game.
Listen, I'm gonna stretch the living shit out of Shayna Y. That is for sure. He's going right through the ringer, left, right, and center. And in fact, I'm gonna make him take table bumps within, a month, 2 months. I think he's got to get his hands dirty right away.
All right, so we also had Caleb on the show a week ago.
Oh yes, I'm aware of that, jabroni.
So how is he doing in his first day? Because he told me he was doing great. He said he was doing everything perfect.
I've been talking to his wrestling coach, because all his wrestling coaches intermingle with each other. I heard that guy's a dynamo. He's lightning fast, believe it or not.
Oh wow!
I heard the kid can already flip.
Wow!
It's amazing. Here's Caleb. Here's Shane. That's what it's sounding like. The progress between the two right now.
Wow.
So Shane seems to be a slower learner.
Well, I mean, Caleb is still like mid-20s, while Shayna Y is almost 40 years old and a washed-up drunk. He's a long ways away from his old athletic days. That's got to be a good 20 years for him.
Maybe we keep Shane away from the booze. He could do this.
I think that's going to be very hard because I'm pretty sure he's passed out from the booze right now.
Now, how many beers does he typically have before wrestling training? Do you know?
Oh no, no beers allowed. I tell him, beers is for closers. First he take bumps, then he gets beers. As simple as that.
But see, beer,
that's for sure. Beer is for closers.
Fuck it.
So, here's my question: are you going to be able to make it to where he gets at least one good match? Since you said he's 40 and far away from his prime.
I mean, it's not going to be your most technical Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles like match, but I mean, he could probably do something like a Eddie Kingston or something like Moxley, you know, just brawl.
How about a Sandman match?
Oh, that would be right up his alley. Imagine him coming out to enter Sandman with beers, spitting it at the crowd. Oh, book it.
I can see him being
good luck with me. I'm never giving up his Coors Banquet beer. So he's never heading to the gym to train to be a wrestler.
I don't think Shane White drinks that anyways. I think he's a Bud guy.
Now, Showtime, have you been teaching some lucha moves to these guys? Because you're a lucha, right?
I'm not what you see your traditional lucha libre. I'm more a stretcher. I'm a fighter. I'm a slammer. I don't do flips. I'm just like FTR, just fist, no flips.
So you're more like a Mil Mascaras, right?
Exactly. That's a great example. Yes. Alfredo Del Rio, like, you know.
Ew, don't say that name on this podcast.
No, I know. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. That was not a good name to mention.
El Patrono.
Yeah. So like the old Lucha Libre guys, like Mil Mascaras, had more of a ground-based style. So that's what El Showtime is.
Just make sure, unlike those guys, make sure that if he's ever in like an over-the-top battle royal, he doesn't eliminate himself by jumping over.
I mean, there's probably also a chance he just gets gas, leans against the ropes, and somehow falls over too. You know, that's a very realistic possibility.
Well, thank you so much, El Showtime.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I know you wanted to know so much about his update on his training, and like I said, I'm going to work that jabroni's ass hard. He's going to be beat.
Can you stretch him one time for me, please?
I will definitely. I will crank that neck and just get them in the guillotine. You know,
works for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Just really quickly, Caleb has told me he wants to rub oil all over Showtime Shane. And, you got to keep them apart.
Whatever those two do in the locker room behind my back is what two grown adults are all. I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to wrestle. I'm only here to train to wrestle.
Together in some sort of love angle.
It is 2024.
Exactly, it's 2024. Taco flavor kisses, you know.
All right, El Showtime. Well, thank you so much.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
Have a good one, boys.
Wow, the legendary El Showtime of Lucha Libre, the famous Canadian luchador, which there's not many of them. He's the noteworthy one, right?
Oh yeah, like I heard. I don't know if this is true. This is legend. He trained under Stu Hartke. This is what the legend says. I don't know if it's true.
He is the best Canadian luchador since El Generico.
Oh. He has the same body type for sure.
and El Generico, he's in Mexico raising orphans right now. You know?
Oh yeah. That's what the story is there. So they basically gave him the Nacho Libre storyline. Yeah.
Now, do you guys like? We're talking in the All F and Wrestling chat. Do you guys like El Phantasmo?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good
I think
wrestler.
he's pretty good. Yeah.
I've only seen him a handful of times, but the times I have, like especially when he's in AEW, I thought he was fantastic.
He's a damn good heel. Yeah, he's always a pretty dastardly heel.
He doesn't seem. He seems stuck in the mid card though.
Yeah, I mean he's not a main eventer.
It's because because he's in New Japan and he's not a Japanese guy.
And he's a junior heavyweight. That's what they use him as.
You think he would be best to try to get over? He's 37 years old.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of time left. You think he would try to get over to WWE, to get over to AEW?
I would think so, but I mean, I don't know. I guess he's happy doing his Japan thing, but yeah, I think he's a good talent. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's from Vancouver is the reason I ask. And I try to learn more about the Vancouver wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how many matches you've seen, but I would go try and find some more of his if you haven't seen them.
I've only seen his Forbidden Door stuff for the pre-show that he did.
Look up some of his junior heavyweight title matches for New Japan. He's put on some bangers. He's been in some pretty good matches.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll find out. I hope he's at Forbidden Door this year.
I'd say he probably will be.
I don't know. I imagine they'll probably do one of those famous pre-show everybody New Japan Battle Royals.
The clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's what they call it in GCW. That's what AEW ought to call it too, because that's what every battle royal like that is. Have you ever seen that? In GCW, they do a battle royal and they call it the clusterfuck.
That's hilarious.
All right.
So,
well,
I just want to say we are 40 minutes in and we've talked about
match number
20
one.
minutes of Collision.
Well, dude, let's be honest.
The El Showtime, that's prime TV right there.
Yeah. Let's be honest. The stuff we're talking about is more interesting than these
It's
matches
true.
on
No,
Collision. I mean, it just is.
I told Canada Dry this before we went on air. I hate it when they do pre-taped collisions because the energy just isn't there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but it's just not the same as being live.
It is.
So if I read this out correctly, I have to read it exactly word for word.
You got to get the same amount of ha-has.
Typical Saturday night.
Now, which one of you is going to sing Elton John?
Oh, I got a story to tell you. I told my wife I was going to tell this story. So she was sitting next to me for a few minutes, and Elton John, and the song came on. And she's like, "How do you know Elton John?" I looked at her, it's like, first, it's Sir Elton John. How do you not know
right.
Sir Elton John? But then she was like, "Oh, I thought this was Van Halen." I'm like, "Don't you ever confuse those two ever."
Van Halen.
I can't remember the song that she thought it was.
That's funny.
Rocket Man?
Rocket Man isn't Van Halen.
I was waiting for Eddie Van Halen's solo on the Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
All right, what match do we got next?
All right. After that, which Roderick Strong won. I think we talked about that.
Yes.
We had Daniel Garcia and Katsuyori Shibata defeating the Workhorsemen. Now, I thought this was a pretty damn good tag match, although anytime the Workhorsemen come out, my automatic assumption is, who are these guys jobbing to? So, like, the idea of who was going to win was never in question for me.
Yeah.
So that kind of took me out of the match a little bit, but it was a very solid match. JD Drake is like, he is such a damn good wrestler for a guy of his stature. That moonsault he hit and everything, I thought it was really good. This was a very solid tag match. I enjoyed it.
But think of like Kevin Owen, American Kevin Owens.
He's like a Mississippi version of Kevin Owens,
but not quite as good.
No, he's not as good as Kevin Owens. But Canada Dry, what are your overall thoughts on the match?
It was an okay match, but you're right. Like when you see JD Drake and what's his name?
Anthony Henry.
Anthony Henry, you know they're not winning. It's kind of like when you see the Iron Savages. You're like, okay, you can cut your promo and have fun with your little Titty City thing, but you know they're not going over.
Right. Yeah, it telegraphs it. Like, you know they're not going to win. So,
but yeah, it was enough. But yeah, it did take me out of the match.
Joe, what'd you think?
First off, glad to see Anthony Henry is back from his broken jaw, and that he got rehired because he was one of the guys that was part of the 10 people that got fired by AEW, and everyone made a big deal out of AEW firing people for some unknown reason. But ironically, I thought this match was fine until after the knee injury that they spoke up, that they talked about. And once JD Drake came in, it felt like that match picked up after the knee injury. And it was fine. It was fun. Like,
is this actually true? Is he actually sponsored by them? Or is this just a bad joke?
I don't know. I didn't see any sponsorship on his trunks. I don't know. It's not like Jimmy John's on Brock Lesnar's trunks.
But yeah, fine match. It's not the worst wrestling match I've ever seen. So, hey.
I think we can move on to the next segment or match.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of matches are kind of like this. I think we're going to have the same answer for the next couple matches.
That's why we got to bring the color.
But we did get a little recap here of Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway turning on Willow Nightingale. and a little bit of a recorded segment of Stokely and Statlander backstage talking shit. And they were going through garbage and said that it's what Willow was, which was kind of funny. Statlander says she's going to show up next week and destroy somebody. So I assume there's going to be some Ring of Honor chick that's going to get the shit beat out of her next week.
Some local enhancement talent.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that wait for the heel turn is over, because heel Statlander, heel Stokely, it's going to be a treat to watch.
It's going to be good. And Statlander's going to be a monster heel too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
she should
bigger.
be at least.
Yeah, she's bigger than most of these other women she's in the ring with. So I think she needs to be that bully kind of heel. I think that would be good for her. But so I'm excited to see that.
Maybe some kick the shit out of Thunder Rosa down the line.
Maybe. We'll get to Thunder Rosa here in the very next segment. Thunder Rosa defeated Reina Dorada. I have no clue who this chick is.
What the hell was with that mask?
I don't know.
It's a CMLL thing.
These two women look like they were legitimately beating the shit out of each other. Like they were hitting each other so hard. Yeah, I mean, this match was just kind of a nothing burger for me, honestly. They hit each other really hard a few times. Thunder Rosa ends up winning.
You know what's good about a nothing burger?
What's that?
Not very many calories.
But yeah.
But
it's like
no taste to it.
It's like the Impossible Burger, but without the patty.
Yeah.
You can think about it that way.
But I don't know if you guys caught it. There's a moment at the end where she's talking to the camera and she goes, "See, I can work with anybody."
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't know what that was about.
was there some sort of like beef?
I think that may have been a callback to her and Britt Baker saying she was sandbagging and hard to work with.
Did you guys notice how hard these two chicks hit each other though?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay much attention to this.
If you go back and watch a clip of this, they literally beat the shit out of each other. They hit each other so hard. Like I almost thought they were on the verge of shooting.
Here's the problem I had with that mask. I was thinking this is exactly what I was thinking. How ugly does this woman have to be to have this grotesque mask?
Well, she's a luchadora. I mean, they all wear masks, right?
To me, she looked weird.
That's Canada Dry's quotable comment on the match. This chick looked weird with her mask.
It was. It would look like some paper mache bullshit.
All right, let's move on here. We got.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Go ahead.
I am so ready for this feud between Rosa and Deanna to be done. Like, we know it's not, because like they called a surfboard that she did a version of the Venus de Milo. I'm like, it's not. It's just a regular move that they do to stretch people out, guys.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it looks like we're going to extend that a little bit.
Now, do you guys still think Deanna Purrazzo is the shit?
I enjoy her. I just want to
wrestler.
I don't think her and Thunder are a good match.
No, but do you think she's up there with like Deeb and Statlander?
She can be, yes. She hasn't really been given the opportunity to.
I think she could potentially be that, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Like, I haven't seen anything special from her since she came to AEW. Like,
she's a pretty good technical wrestler. Yeah, but I don't know. I'd have to see more of her. Like, I really didn't see a lot of her Impact work or her NXT work, because I don't watch Impact and I usually don't watch NXT. So, like, I haven't seen a ton of her work. But
good night, Matt.
Good night, Matt. Have a good night, brother. But I think she's pretty good from what I've seen of her. I'm gonna have to see her in some more high-level matches.
Now, when you say she's killing it in NXT UK, how long ago was that?
I didn't even know she was in NXT UK.
If she was, that was a long effing time ago.
Yeah, NXT UK has been defunct for what, 2 years now? It's been a while.
She was an Impact for
But don't worry, NXT Europe is coming, guys.
Well, NXT Japan was supposed to come years ago too.
And then all of the Japanese companies got together and said, no.
Well,
I'm guessing it's not because Haney's not going there. But is Disneyland UK or Europe still a thing?
I have no idea.
Remember, it used to be a thing.
I'm not a Disney adult.
I know there's different.
I don't know.
I know, like France has a Disney World. I don't know of any. I know there's a couple.
So that's probably the Europe one.
Maybe I have no idea.
Don't they call it Euro Disneyland or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I think
it's called. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. Like I said, I'm not a Disney adult. Like I'm not a big Disney follower.
You know, Haney could have saved a lot of money just crossing the channel then.
Right?
Probably not the same.
He's like, the Goofy there is inauthentic because he's not American.
Not to mention, how are you going to be able to get all that greasy, delicious, deep fried food that America serves that's not in France?
Yes, but you might be getting French food is good.
Like what they serve you there? Some kind of.
Yeah, I understand that, but no one wants to be eating fine French food while walking around a theme park. You need something on a stick, or a turkey leg that you can just grab and go.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have American cuisine when you're at an American theme park where you can celebrate American capitalism.
No, I'm not American, so I prefer the term Western. Western cuisine.
Western cuisine. Okay. I assume you guys eat in Canada relatively like us, right?
Yeah. We even add the gravy and the cheese curds to the fries to make poutine.
Nice.
Yeah, you have poutine, and we just have like trash fries where they just throw everything on top of it.
Now, have you guys had poutine?
No,
I've never had poutine. No.
Hey, do you watch Modern Family? Either one of you?
I haven't
if
watched
it's on TV, and I might watch it. I don't go out of my way to turn it on.
So Ed O'Neill's character, the dad in it, fellow Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, by the way, black belt in BJJ, but he he was like sitting there, and the gay couple was like serving him poutine, and they're like, "Oh, this is very good. It's poutine," and he goes, "Well, it looks like vomit, so I'm not poutining it in my mouth."
Now, this isn't the proper way to do it, but if you just get some chicken gravy and mozzarella, you can make your own poutine at home.
Oh, okay.
Now, the proper way is with cheese curds.
Yeah,
but you can fake your way into doing the poutine.
Nice. Okay.
Because who can afford cheese curds? That's expensive.
Yeah. Mozzarella cheese is perfect for pretty much anything. So
yeah.
As
long as you get that nice melty mozzarella cheese.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We got Cage of Agony. Defeated.
What a nice segue from mozzarella cheese to Cage of Agony.
Defeated Danny Gee, Danny Rose, and KM.
Did you hear what he said? The announcer said it looks like those Russian dolls you can put inside of each other.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't pay attention to a damn bit of this match. Did either one of you
guys?
No,
it was so quick too.
Yeah. Anyways, Cage of Agony wins. We got a little backstage segment here of Tony Storm, Mariah May, and Luther. Tony Storm says something about nuzzling somebody on her bosom, and then pulls Mariah May to her tits.
And then smacks the side of her face on the title.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of strange, but yeah, that was a little backstage promo there, and kind of a nothing burger. We got Claudio Castagnoli defeated.
Wait, hold on. Before we go on to Claudio, we got to talk about how we cut back to commentary, and what's his name? Not Tony, but the other commentator. Nigel goes to take off his headphone to go to the bar. And Tony's like, "This was filmed last night." And he sits down all dejected.
I did not even pick that up. That's pretty funny, though.
So I'm guessing we're not getting Nigel McGuinness versus Daniel Bryan. Brian Danielson.
I don't know. They kind of tease it a lot, though, because Nigel takes the piss out of Danielson a lot.
But I don't know if it could be Wrestle Dream.
Maybe. I don't know, because if you were listening on commentary, Nigel was like 6 months ago, I was in the ring training with one of the guys in the match. So it sounds like he's still trying to get into ring shape and can go. So we'll see.
But with the surgery, unless it's kayfabe, it could be kayfabe.
Could be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, that was Danielson's most noteworthy feud in Ring of Honor. So,
like, you could just honestly, I know we a lot of people get on Tony Khan for not building matches, but you could literally the week before All In say, "Oh, guess what? We're doing Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at All In," and everyone's going to lose their shit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that kind of picks my butt is they haven't announced any of the people for this tournament yet.
Yeah.
Unless it was on Rampage.
I don't think so.
What tournament?
The TNT tournament.
So last night on Rampage, they had Konosuke Takeshita beat Penta in a match to qualify.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
Well, so this is just a qualifier. They're taking their sweet ass time.
They're not doing a tournament. They're just doing a ladder match. So they're going to have like 5 or 6 winners, and then there's going to be a ladder match.
Oh, so did they switched it? Because they said it was a tournament before.
Well, he misspoke. He said tournament, then he said no, ladder match. Or he said we're going to have a tournament to get to a ladder. He said it really weird.
Yeah, it was very convoluted and confusing. So it is a ladder match that you have to qualify for.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so Takeshita's in.
Yes.
Ladder match qualifiers.
Yes. Pretty much what it is.
Not confusing at all, the way that they set this up. But we got Claudio Castagnoli defeats Johnny TV with Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie looks a lot better than she did last time we saw her in AEW. I guess she slimmed up. Like, I don't know. She looks a lot better
hair.
for some reason.
She
the
does.
hair. Yeah.
It's the color of the hair.
This was a, pretty damn good match. I mean, I didn't expect Johnny TV to win, obviously. I knew Claudio was going to win, which is the thing of virtually every match on this card. You knew who was going to win, go again. But this was a fun match, though. It was a good back and forth between two veterans. That dive that Johnny TV did over the corner, that was sick. And I cringed because I was like, that would have been so easy to like clip his elbow on the top of the post there. Oof. That would have been terrifying. But what'd you guys think of this match? EVP Joe, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I wanted to see Claudio when he went the first time he went to go do the big swing on Johnny and Taya grabbed on. I wanted to see him swing both of them. I thought that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I mean, it's hard to believe that these two were both in WWE for forever and never had a match together.
Well, Taya wasn't in for very long. She was in for a cup of coffee.
No, I mean, but Claudio and Johnny were on the main roster with WWE for a long. I can't believe they never had a match together. Like, that's crazy.
I didn't even know they didn't. I assume they probably did at some point.
Well, Johnny
maybe a house show.
I think. Well, last night on Rampage, I think Johnny TV said we've never had a match together, so let's do this. That's how we got to this match tonight.
So if he's not kayfabing it.
Or maybe he's just talking. Maybe he just means Johnny TV and Claudio have never had a match.
Know. Because Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, they met a few times before WrestleMania 3.
And he was doing body slams before WrestleMania.
Yeah,
3.
Hogan slammed Andre in New Japan and at like a baseball stadium show.
He was slamming them in house shows before Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Andre was slammed by a few other people too. Yeah. So it wasn't really as big of a deal as they made it, but
we all bought it. We all bought it.
That's because Mania 3 was 88, right? 87, 88. I would have been I would have been 3 or 4 years old. So I'm watching it afterwards, getting the Vince propaganda machine behind it, making it big.
Yeah. Pre-internet, baby. You could just lie and say something never happened, and it happened like 5 times prior.
Well, WWE is the classic They rewrote history how many times?
If it didn't happen here, it didn't happen at all. Basically, that was the WWE narrative.
Well, what do we got next here?
Up next, and did you want to comment on that match, Canada Dry? Because Joe did, but you did not.
It wasn't the best. It was okay.
It was entertaining.
I wasn't impressed by it. But like, I think if you do not like, you can have a match that you know this guy's gonna win, but you can dispel belief if you do it right.
Yeah.
Like you can like, holy crap! I really thought Johnny TV was gonna win.
And honestly, like there was like at the pay-per-view, there's a couple of times where I thought Deeb was going to win. Like that, and that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, like that's cool. Well. That's where you're really selling something properly.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, moving on here. We got a hype package for the premier athletes. I guess they just took Tony Nese's nickname and just extended it to 2 other people. Tony Nese,
I was confused. I'm like, wait.
Josh Woods and Arya Davari.
This
is what a waste of TV time.
I'm just gonna say, Josh Woods is really good. Like,
yeah, but he's getting screwballed here.
He started in ROH, and I remember him winning Survival of the Fittest.
Oh, I remember him in the old ROH,
and he was so good in the old ROH because he brought in that Greco-Roman like Olympic wrestling style.
Yeah.
To professional wrestling, like, and he was so good at making everybody hate his fucking guts.
Yeah. But let's be honest here, this is gonna suck. Like, these guys are not going anywhere on AEW.
Well, they're just gonna be in the trios division, so I mean,
yeah, they'll job to
you know what? It seems
whoever's the champs.
It does seem like they are building this trios division a little differently right now.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Like because now they got they're kind of moving the bigger stars back to tag team, and you got like the Iron Savages talking about they're coming for the trios title, and that intrigues me because it kind of builds up these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it gives them something to do.
I'm more intrigued why Kill Switch decided to go and kill all 3 of these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where that segment is on the show, but
we'll discount it for now. We'll say it
didn't make any sense. Yeah, but anyways, we got Shane Taylor Promotions, Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor with Anthony Ogogo defeated the West Coast Wrecking Crew. And yeah, okay.
Like, look, my only thoughts on this is I only know Royce Isaacs from NWA.
Yeah,
he was really good in the NWA.
I remember him in NWA
because he was in a stable with Camille and Nick Aldis.
Mm-hmm. I remember that in early NWA. I remember
that was pre-COVID NWA when NWA was really, really good.
So here's my comment about this match, because it wasn't much of anything. I need Max Caster to cut a rap on Shane Taylor, talking about his hips don't lie, or
Jesus,
his womanly hips, his sexy womanly hips, or something. Dude's got curves.
Dude's got some hips, man, for sure.
I'll be honest, I could do without Caster's raps. They're not very good.
I'm not really sold on them either, but I need to hear this.
I thought they used to be really good, but now they've just completely fallen off.
You can't do this rap gimmick as a face. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's better as a heel.
Yeah.
And also, like, we're sick of the Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed.
So the rap doesn't hit when you're sick of them.
I'm just more sick of Max Caster. I love Anthony Bowens. I think he's great, and I've gone to bat for him on this channel multiple times. I think he's the better of the two.
And really, Billy Gunn, at this point, he's a crutch.
Yeah. Billy Gunn's the best one of the 3.
Well, yeah, he's like, you're relying on Billy Gunn to charisma and like knowing the game to carry the team.
Billy Gunn's like 60-year-old ass is like better than the 2 guys that he's with. Just funny, but it's true.
60.
What's ridiculous is that Billy Gunn is 60 years old. And looks like he does.
There was a meme going around with Gorilla Monsoon on one side and
yes,
Billy Gunn on the other.
yes,
Guys,
it's like they are the same age at this point.
Billy Gunn was born in 1963. He is literally 60 years old.
Just 60, just turned 60.
Yep, 60 years old.
Ridiculous.
That is amazing. I swear, like I want the genes of like Billy Gunn and Sting.
Right?
It's Flair 70.
Flair 70.
And he looks 90.
Flair is like that strange anomaly where he'd still like deadlift like 800 pounds, but yet he drinks himself half to death. I think the fact that he still lifts weights is like literally the only thing that keeps him alive at this point.
He's just got that anger strength.
Yeah. All right, moving on here. We get to the aforementioned part where the Iron Savages are in the back, and noting that the trios division was full of vegans that didn't want any of their beef. And God bless. Killswitch comes in, obliterates all of them for some reason, and that's it.
I think the Iron Savages, what if they're trying to recreate the Attitude Era for them?
It ain't working.
They just come up with some weird shit, but then
They're
they
just really
like
corny.
jobbed everybody. Yeah. So
well, they're trying though.
Yeah, I'll
they're
give them
trying to get over, and that's what you got. You got to try something.
Yeah, it just ain't working. Try something new.
I mean, I got to give them credit for that. I mean, they do the all the weird sexual innuendos and stuff in their matches. I mean, they try to get over.
They're still more over now than Bear Country.
True.
Very true.
Which isn't saying much.
And now we are at the main event, which is probably about the only truly interesting match on this entire
The only thing
card.
you need to see from this show.
Will Ospreay over Kyle O'Reilly to retain, and this was a very good match. I liked it a lot. Obviously, everybody knew that Ospreay was going to win, but this is just a showcase match of two of the purest, best wrestlers in AEW. And they both proved why, because this was a very good back and forth match. Ospreay gets the win. Ospreay's been doing this thing lately where when he beats somebody, they've been kind of doing the Ring of Honor, Code of Honor thing at the end of the matches. It's kind of a throwback there. Very good match, though. I liked it. And this is I think I said it the other night as well. The main event was like the saving grace of the show. But we'll get to that when we get the overall ratings. But Canada Dry, what did you think of the main event?
I thought this was Kyle O'Reilly's best match since he came back. Now, his Edge match, when I saw it live, that was really good.
I was like, he's had a lot of great matches since he's come back.
Yeah.
But this one, I think like Will Ospreay just puts the best out. If you're a good wrestler, he'll get the best out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think like that's why this is Kyle O'Reilly's best match, because you got good on good. No one's carrying anyone.
Good on good. I like that.
Yeah, this was interesting. Was this a sell job at the end with his wrist, or was this a legit problem?
Well,
you don't know. That's the thing about wrestling, right?
Yeah, that's the mark of a good wrestler when you can blur the lines.
Could be leading to like something with Swerve there.
That's the mark of a good wrestler, when you could sell enough to where you don't know if it's legit or not. Like when Daniel Bryan lands on his neck and he like sells that he's having a seizure.
I much prefer the wrist than the neck sell.
Yeah. The seizure sell was a little bit much from Bryan Danielson, but at least he committed.
He even went to the point where Kyle O'Reilly touched his arm. He's like, "Oh, no, not the arm."
Yeah. EVP, what'd you think of the main event?
I love this main event. It was fast paced. It was fun. Like it is a Will Ospreay match. If you've seen, just because you've seen them before doesn't mean you don't want to watch them again. They are fun. They're always going to be one of the best matches on the show. At the end there, like for some reason, my mind went to Kyle O'Reilly turning heel. Like they were lingering in that ring for a long time.
Yeah.
I thought for sure after they shook hands we were going to get like a leg sweep or something from O'Reilly.
I was wondering too.
Because look, he hasn't won a lot since he's come back. And the whole reason he didn't join the Undisputed Kingdom was because he wanted to do this on his own. So he's got to start getting that little seed of doubt, like maybe I can't. Maybe I do need some people in my corner.
Yeah. Well said. That brings us to almost the end of the show. We got one more little piece to talk about here, and that's there's a pre-recorded Swerve Strickland promo at the very end here, which is funny because this was obviously a pre-tape, and the audience can see it's obviously a pre-tape, but he's like congratulating Ospreay on winning. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, this was a good little promo here from Swerve, basically saying, you doing your little thing, whatever, but I'm the champ, and, I'm going to beat your ass. I thought that was pretty good. Did you guys like the Swerve promo?
I absolutely love that Swerve promo. I thought he brought it. He's like, yeah, I'm a big deal. Don't be acting like you can just step up to me and get a championship up. Like, I hope that this is a main event match.
Yeah.
Put it in the main event.
I suppose it depends on what else they put on this card. I don't know, but we'll see.
Like, he needs to have, like, if the world title's on the line, that needs to be in the main event.
You're talking about Forbidden Door, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Dynamite versus Strong.
Oh yeah, that's got to be.
Oh, that's gonna be the main event. Yeah,
that better be the main event.
Unless the Elite do something stupid, maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Joe, what'd you think of this?
I liked it. Like we didn't talk about how Roderick Strong went and demanded a match for the title on Wednesday.
Yeah,
sitting there screaming at the top of his lungs, Tony's sitting there cracking up laughing.
Tony's sitting there smiling as a heel screaming at him.
I don't care.
Like, guys, come on, Tony. Kayfabe it up a little bit here, pal.
Yeah,
right?
He's
like a kid.
He's just living his best life.
He's like,
I think it's like if me or you
laughing at me.
got Brett put the sharpshooter on one of us. Like, we'd just be laughing.
I guarantee you, if you would have got a close up of TK after taking the TK driver, he probably has the biggest grin on his face.
Do you guys remember? It was on one of those Raw throwback shows when it was when Moxley was there and Jake the Snake Roberts comes out.
I was thinking of this exact same thing.
DDT's Moxley and then puts the snake on him, and they give the close up, and you could see Moxley sitting there with a huge shit-eating grin on his face with his eyes closed as the snake is
yes, because he's just living his childhood dream. He just loves it.
That's what this reminded me of. Canada, you were on the same wavelength as me.
Yeah, I was thinking this too. I was totally thinking of Moxley and Jake.
So speaking of the DDT, I heard this story, and I have no idea if it is true at all, but it makes all the sense in the world. Do you guys know what the DDT stands for?
No.
So apparently it stands for Damien's dinner time.
That was a rumor. That was a rumor. I don't know if that was true.
I've never heard that before. I heard it the other day on, I was watching something on YouTube or something, a wrestling story. But if you think about it, it makes sense because he would always hit the guy at the DDT, pin him, and then throw Damien on him.
Now, but the DDT existed before WWE, and he wasn't Jake the Snake. He was just Jake Roberts.
Now, did he invent the DDT?
Yes, he did.
Now, he invented it by mistake.
Oh, yeah?
He was in a match. If you ever watch, Resurrection of Jake the Snake, I think it's in there, or the Total Destruction of Jake the Snake, or whatever.
I've seen the Resurrection of Jake.
Yeah, so he's doing a move, and he slips and falls.
And
they were just like, it looked so cool.
He accidentally created the DDT. Yeah. That makes sense, though, because it looks like a move where, he kind of accidentally fall backwards while you're holding on to somebody. So,
yeah, it just looked cool.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, I didn't know that. I got to thinking. I was like, was Jake the first person to use the DDT, or did somebody use it before him?
No, I think he invented the DDT.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that would make sense then, if that's the name of it.
While
so we're gonna get to the flower shop here, and I want to do the same thing we did on Dime After Dark. Let's talk about your favorite video game you finished.
Another video game I finished. Okay.
Now, see, I finished kind of throws a wrinkle in because there's a lot of games that I've played, but I didn't actually play it all the way through to completion.
Well, that's the cool because like you must have really loved this game to finish it all, play the all the way through.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'll give you guys time to think about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I will. My favorite match of the night. It's obviously Will Ospreay and Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's best match on the show. Swerve Strickland, best talking segment.
Yeah.
And my favorite video game that I finished. Now I've cried on numerous occasions when I finished a couple games. No more than The Last of Us. When he saves the girl, she's supposed to be killed. I just started crying. It was just like it brought out so much emotions.
I have not played that one, but I've heard that it's like super emotional, the story. Like I've heard that.
Yeah. It just wrenches at your heart. And you can obviously watch it on HBO to get the same sort of story.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a popular HBO show.
And for this show, I'm going 3 bells.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for that amazing match at the end, I'm not going 3 bells. Like that match was that's like if I was there, I'd be pissed off if it wasn't for that match.
Joe, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
No, I'll go next.
Go ahead.
Yeah, match of the night is the main event segment. I'll give it to the FTR. They did their best to get that crowd going and to set the tone for the show. It's not their fault. No one else could follow what they did for a talking segment. Game that I completed, and I don't know if any of you two played it, but I played it on the PC. Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah,
the original.
Yeah, the original.
You got to kill Hitler at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I enjoyed it. Like it was frustrating as a kid. I played a lot, but I just remember always go right, always go right, always go. That was my strategy.
Now, did Wolfenstein come out before Doom, or was Wolfenstein first?
Wolfenstein, I believe, preceded Doom.
Yeah,
because it's sort of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my rating, like, I don't even think this show deserves 3 stars, honestly. Like, it just
I know that banger, that match was so good, though.
I'm going to go 2.75. And that's only getting that because of Will and Kyle. So,
yeah. All right. So, for me, I'm kind of going to just echo what you guys have been saying, essentially. Match of the night, obviously, Ospreay and Kyle O'Reilly. Segment of the night, obviously, Swerve Strickland. For video game, I'm going to go, because typically when I played like an RPG kind of game, a role-playing game, those are usually the ones I was more apt to finish when I was younger. And there was one Japanese RPG game on PlayStation 1 called Suikoden that I played all the way through. It had a fantastic story where your father was like a general in a royal army, and you get mixed up with like these guys that are part of this guild, and they end up leading a resistance against the monarchy, and they kind of make you understand that the empire is evil. Then you have to end up facing your own father, and he challenges you to a duel, and you have to
Why
kill
does
him.
it sound like a Star Wars ripoff?
This was a fantastic video game. It was. It had an enthralling story. You built an army and a base and everything, and you end up becoming the rebel commander. And yeah, it's called Suikoden. Like you play a character.
I've heard that name before.
Where you're like a martial artist and you carry like a bow staff as your weapon. Really cool game. So if you haven't checked out that one, I'm pretty sure you could still play it on the PlayStation Network. It's very good. And but my bell rating, I did not, outside of the main event, I did not like this show. I just didn't. I thought this, and I've said it before, I think the show is turning more and more into WCW Thunder 1999. Like, I really do. It's just matches for the sake of having matches of guys that just they don't want to use on Dynamite.
I think that it's part of after a pay-per-view. I think they're not coming in hot, especially for Collision.
No,
I think they'll build up. I think we'll get some good matches.
Yeah,
in the next.
It's just this just was not a very good show. Absent of the main event, the rest of this was totally forgettable. I'm gonna give it 2.75, like Joe. I just the main event saved it, but it would have been much like honestly, I probably would have given this like a 2.25 absent of the Osprey.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
dude,
that's fair.
If they didn't have Osprey, I probably would have gone like a 2. Like this may be the single worst show AEW has ever done.
It's not good. Yeah. It just the matches were just predictable. I found it to be boring.
Like
it just was
like
not that
they
good.
started doing this thing that I don't like of like tonight they did a lot of recaps of Dynamite.
Yeah.
I don't like that's a
you know what this was? This aside from that main event, this was WWF Superstars.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what this is. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Or WCW Saturday Night or something like that. I mean, that's
because you get these very predictable, like this guy's stardom is here, his stardom's here, so you know who's winning.
Yeah. That's exactly what this is, man. And I hate to see Collision turn into that kind of show, but I just think that's where it's trending.
The Collision that I went to, it was a banger, I think.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed everything about that show. So,
but here's the thing: Collision. If FTR is going to be gone for a while, and Danielson's going to be gone for a while, and Copeland's going to be gone for a while, this show is really going to suck without those guys.
Well, you're just going to have to bring your MJFs. You're going to
have
to.
You're
going to have to bring your bigger stars.
You're going to
have to bring Jericho on. You're going to have to bring all the other guys. So.
Have Will be like build the show around Will Ospreay is what I would do.
That would help tremendously.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly, this is seems like his show.
It seems like every match in the undercard is AEW guy that doesn't really have a feud versus Ring of Honor guy that's there the job to him.
Yeah, see, we're giving you something. We're getting you some wins.
We see this a lot, and it's just I don't know. I hope the shows get better, but this one was a stinker. I didn't like it.
It was bad. Hopefully, listen. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You know what's the biggest thing that has hurt AEW in my opinion? They got rid of Dark and Dark Elevation.
Those were
because that's where they would do. Yeah. That's where they would do these collision matches is on Dark.
You wouldn't get the Will versus
right. No, but everything else to me screams Dark or Dark Elevation.
It is like these are matches that you would have seen on Dark and Elevation.
Well, Dark, I beg to differ that because Dark you would get the Anthony Henrys and the like you get one jobber like you
either way like I just
it's a little above I'm saying
the riveting Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss feud.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Brandon Cutler and who was it? Peter Avalon feud.
See, this would be my pitch. This is what I would love to see happen, especially from now until like September.
Mm-hmm.
Use Wednesday nights to build all in and Saturdays to build all out.
All right.
I think that's what they did do last time.
I hope they do it again. That's what they should do. Like, because then it gives both show purpose. It will help out immensely. And it's like creating a non-official official roster split.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to the end of
our average was 2.83.
Our lowest score yet, I think.
On any show. It earned it.
Yeah.
Now, if they just came and had to the whole thing was Will Ospreay and we're gonna save the show.
Absolutely.
An 2-hour-long gauntlet match.
I will admit that was one of my favorite matches of all time in WWE was Seth Rollins when he went that hour in that gauntlet match.
Yeah.
Like I loved it because it was just wrestling.
Seth used to put on some bangers.
When he was the
before he started wearing those clown shoes.
Yeah, when he started getting into the clown bullshit, like he just kind of fell off after that. But man, he used to be in some bangers. Like he was WWE's best wrestler for a while.
He was he's the one who tried to bring Prestige back to the IC title.
Mm-hmm.
WWE just wouldn't get behind him and let him do it.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to discuss, or you want to proceed with closing ceremonies here?
Does anyone have anything they want to discuss? I don't have anything.
Well, no, I just want to say it is June 1st. And aside from the obvious, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to everybody.
Pride Month.
It is also, and this could very well tie into Canada Dry's outro. It is Men's Health Month.
Yes.
Men, don't be bullheaded. Talk to somebody, get some help.
Get your prostate checked.
I don't care about that. That only applies to men of a certain age.
Get
and I ain't there yet.
Get your prostate checked.
Gentlemen, get your oil checked appropriately.
Now, that's true. You need to if you don't need to suffer in silence. There's this stigma. It's still there. There's a stigma around men's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Women, they are able to talk about it. They'll have a good cry with their girlfriends, but often men will suffer in silence and just like my teenage best friend. He committed suicide, and that's just he bit the bullet because he wasn't able to talk about this.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. Reach out. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Talk to us. Raise your fist in the air. Put the devil in a sharpshooter and just keep fighting. And because I'm not ready and I'm not prepared, I have to find where the hell this outro is.
Saturday nights, baby. Woo!
Woo! Woo!
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
I almost forgot. We have a prize to give away.
Ooh, a prize?